Hey Tempo family, it's Sigila Rita and welcome. Bienvenido a Puerto Rico.
Wow, that's great Spanish.
Oh, thank you, that's great English. Sitting next to me, introduce yourself to the
I'm
Tempo.
Javier Rua. I'm president or chairman, both titles of Puerto Rico's Telecommunications Regulatory Board. We're the local regulator in Puerto Rico. We deal with consumer protection and also intra-company disputes. So we keep the companies in check and protect the consumer.
That's the legal side you're saying.
Yes, we are in charge of Puerto Rico's telecom marketplace. So the companies come to our forum, which is a regulatory forum and also a quasi-judicial forum, and they have their interconnection disputes, their tariff disputes, and also the consumer brings their complaints against their companies to us. They're telecom companies, wireline and wireless, cable TV companies, DBS companies, and ISPs in terms of pricing, quality of service, and that type of advertised speeds, internet speeds. So we those are our main calls of duty.
Tell us the importance of being, at a conference such like this. The importance. So how do you benefit from being at a conference like this?
Puerto Rico, I think, first, it's a great place to have this meeting because Puerto Rico is a cultural crossroads. So we're bilingual, bicultural, we're equally Latin American, equally Caribbean, and with a fair share of Americans. So it's a great place to hold conversations. Fun conversations and technical conversations. And Claro is, CANTO is a conversation. It's a hemispheric conversation between public and private players of the highest level. We have ministers from the English-speaking Caribbean, from the Dutch Caribbean. We have high-level executives from the region and from Europe and elsewhere. So it's a very, very high-level technical conversation where we all learn from our experiences and we can humbly share whatever we know also.
Oh, definitely. Well, it was great speaking to you. I'm about to go try experience and, have some fun in Puerto Rico.
There's a matter of intellectual property rights, particularly as you talk about using the technology. And to ask the question, how easy is it for people to protect the intellectual property in the region? Doesn't protection in one country in the region extend that protection across the whole region? Does it extend that protection outside of the region? The second thing I want to raise is a matter of bankruptcy laws. I believe that the statistics used to show that most successful entrepreneurs did not become successful on their first attempt, but that they often became successful after 3 or 4 attempts. And each time a chap fails in our region, do we have anything to help that person recover, to be able to move on, or do we stick on him a big sign as foreign failure? Does our bankruptcy legislation help, or receivership legislation help, solvency legislation help that person to get a business restarted once they failed the first time?
I'm here at CANTO, the 32nd CANTO, 2016 here in Puerto Rico, and quite apart from the plenary sessions, we've been doing some panels. I've been on some meetings between the CANTO board directors and the ministers responsible for ICT, telecommunications in the Caribbean. We're going back from CANTO. I think one of the things that we would really have achieved is this matter of getting the working group going to make sure that we have proper analysis, in order to make good policy in the telecommunications business. Of course, we've also discussed with the providers what plans they have to continue to invest in Barbados and to provide the services that we want them to provide in Barbados, and ways in which they intend to contribute to developing our youngsters in helping them to become more innovative and better entrepreneurs in this area of ICT.
Hey Tempo family, it's your girl Arita, and you know where I am, in Puerto Rico, bienvenido a Puerto Rico. Yep, here at CANTO's conference, and I must tell you that I have learned so much. I visited a couple of the booths today, and you know, we're speaking to Cable and Wireless, Huawei, and it's always great to have in our presence Guyana. Guyana got Tempo and Tempo got Guyana. Right? Sitting next to me is the beautiful Minister Catherine Hughes. How are you?
I'm great.
And welcome to the Tempo family.
Thank you, Tempo. Great to be here talking with you.
Okay, great. So I know you are Minister of Telecommunications. You've recently been assigned Minister of Public Telecommunications. Tell us some of the initiatives you have planned as Minister.
Well, you know, telecommunications is a very important sector for Guyana. It was only in January of this year that we had a slight reshuffle, and we actually created a ministry for public telecommunications.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was because really we realized that maybe not enough emphasis was being put on the telecommunications sector.
Okay.
And that parts of the sector actually could be found in various ministries.
Right.
So I think this is a coordinated approach that recognizes that if we can provide broadband access, better connectivity throughout the length and breadth of Guyana, then we stand a much better chance of ensuring that all our peoples develop.
Right.
Guyana is a huge country, and as you can imagine, we have fairly good connectivity if you're on the coast, where the majority of the population lives. But then we have these beautiful interior locations in some of our hinterland areas where there's small communities and insufficient cell phone access and internet access. So it's very important for us, if we're talking about development and moving all our populations forward, that we ensure that we have connectivity throughout the length and breadth of the country.
What would you say has been beneficial thus far being at a conference such like this?
Well, you know, CANTO is extremely useful for us because on the telecommunications side of my work, we've just passed some new innovative legislation.
Okay.
And that legislation opens our market, our telecoms market, to a few more individuals and companies that can come into the market. We're actually now ending monopoly in the telecom sector. We do have Digicel in our mobile phone sector.
Okay.
And therefore, CANTO allows us the opportunity to really look at what other countries and other territories have done, some of the new initiatives that they are implementing. We're going to be, in the next few months, developing our telecoms authority that will manage spectrum, allocate frequencies, and also look at the development of the industry. So with the presentations, with the workshops, we're able to
understand
we're able to develop some very good contacts too. And we also, in terms of equipment and machinery, the service providers that are available here, gives us an idea of what's available as we look at developing our sector in the next couple of months. Okay. So it's very, very useful. Oh, the other thing too, as a minister, we've had about 3 or 4 sessions with ministers from the rest of the region.
Okay.
And really, I can't promote how important it is for us to be able to sit down and chat as ministers from the Caribbean region. We're able to develop policy. Right now, the ministers from the region are looking at developing a common ICT space within the Caribbean region.
Wow.
We talked today about ensuring that we reduce the cost of roaming. And the example within our islands. Yes, because as we were saying, you know, if it takes 45 minutes to get from Guyana to Trinidad and 20 minutes from Trinidad to Barbados,
right,
why are we paying so-called international roaming fees?
Yep.
So those are the kinds of opportunities
that
getting together allows us to look at these infrastructure and some of the challenges of communicating within the region. It's exciting.
Very. Especially for, you know, the consumer and when they hear this.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, I think all our governments are committing to ensuring that in this new digital world, that we ensure that our Caribbean people are up to up to scratch,
Yeah.
that they have the same opportunities, that they get good service for what they're paying for.
Right.
And so that's very, very important.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. From Guyana, again, it's Minister Catherine Hughes, the beautiful Minister Catherine Hughes, the Minister of Public Telecommunication. It was great speaking to you, and all the best as Minister in your upcoming years, and amazing personality. And we love you at Tempo already, I can't say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been my pleasure, and we're looking to getting Tempo down in Guyana.
Oh, yeah,
we have
you
to
hear
work
that?
on that for sure.
See that? Guyana got Tempo.
That's right.
Thank you again.
Thanks again.
I'm Senator Darcy Boyce, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister in Barbados. My responsibilities cover energy, immigration, telecommunications, and Invest Barbados. And you're watching Tempo.